Hello everyone, my name is Evan Smith. Welcome to the Fight Corner, the first edition. Now I'm here with my co-host Jermaine Perry. Now Jermaine, we're going to talk some boxing today, both of us real big fans. So first let's get right to it right off the bat. Floyd Mayweather this week got a little bit of trouble, or that's what...
A little bit of trouble.
That's what TMZ is saying right now.
Or actually could possibly be a lot of trouble.
Could be a lot of trouble.
A lot of trouble.
Why don't you elaborate a little on that for us, and if you think it's going to affect his career down the road.
Okay, Floyd accused two of his workers working at his house of stealing his jewelry. So he, obviously was pretty upset about it, and he set it up where he met with them like away from his house and stuff, and met with. They didn't say the number of guys, but had like a group of guys with them, and they pretty much beat him with weapons and clubs and beat him.
Sounds like something out of The Godfather.
Exactly.
He does have a lot of money, but can't be going around doing that if you want to preserve your boxing career.
I understand, but even so, he makes enough money that if they did steal, it's something you could kind of like brush off. Take him to court or whatever. He didn't want to, but they actually thinking about bring him up on kidnapping charges, attempted murder, and of course, obviously assault charges.
Well, he's already been there once. Hopefully, he won't be back there. A lot of boxers get there, but hopefully he stays away from that. Now let's talk about Canelo Alvarez, someone who Mayweather fought most recently. He came off a pretty big win this last weekend against Alfredo Angulo. He looked pretty good, but kind of one of those opponents that was handpicked for him.
Yes, of course, the bounce back.
Right. Now there's a couple opponents out there looking for him next. Of course, Lara from Cuba is one of those opponents. He hijacked the microphone after the fight, so maybe something will matriculate out of that. Or there are some other opponents such as James Kirkland and Gennady Golovkin. So there's some big names out there for him to fight. Now let's talk about a fight coming up this weekend. Danny Garcia, Puerto Rican pride this weekend, huh?
Yes.
Going down to fight over there?
Yes, going down to Puerto Rico. He said his parents is from Puerto Rico, obviously, and it's somewhat of his coming out to the Puerto Rican fans.
Right.
So that's why he decided to have the fight.
Now, this wasn't the conventional matchup, as we saw. You would think he was going to go fight a bigger name, maybe Mayweather. I know his camp doesn't want to do that just yet. And there are some other big names out there, such as Matisse. He would have fought Matisse, but there were a couple other 140s, Sean Porter, a couple other guys out there for him.
Okay.
Something. So how do you see him doing in this matchup? Do you think he's going to overlook Herrera, or do you think he's got this?
Judging by the type of fighter he is, I don't think he would overlook because it's still his brand. It's him. I mean, you can't overlook this fighter and lose, and then that's destroying your brand.
Right.
It's brand building. So, it was handpicked, of course, but solid, smart strategy.
Okay, all right. Build up for the next fight. Now, on that undercard, there is, I know one of your favorite fighters, up and coming, Deontay Wilder. Now he has 30 knockouts and 30 wins
in 30 fights.
Everyone's a knockout, but a lot of his criticism comes that he hasn't really fought anyone. Now he's fighting a little bit steeper competition in Malik Scott this weekend. How do you see that one going?
I see it being a tougher fight. I mean, Wilder has yet to have a fight go past the fourth round.
Right.
Scott is pretty more technical, so I like it to be a good fight. Scott, Philly guy. I know that Philly pride and passion that they take into the boxing. So this would definitely be longer than 4 rounds.
Okay, and there's another fighter out there, Bryant Jennings, who fought a couple of weeks ago, and he won, and he's a big Philly up-and-coming heavyweight, so maybe those two will meet down the road. We haven't had a good heavyweight champion.
Maybe they have a collision course.
Exactly, maybe. But as we know in boxing, probably will never happen.
Probably.
But, all right, so let's talk a little bit about Golovkin. He... one of the most exciting fighters in the sport right now, but unfortunately his father passed away a couple weeks ago, and now he is not fighting in April like initially scheduled. But he'll bounce back. He'll have something coming up. Speculation says Julio Cesar Chavez, which would mean he has to move up in weight. Do you think it's too early for him to move up in weight? He's a 160 guy moving up to 168. I think a little too early, right?
Maybe, but if anybody can do it, it's him. He's a very, very technically, fundamentally sound boxer. Yes. With great power.
A lot of power.
So if anybody that can do it, it was him, because he approached it like a business, like and of course it's about his brand. So it's all about it. So if he stepped into the ring, he will be ready.
Yeah.
No matter what the weight.
And we'll see with the winner of Cotto Martinez, this is the next fight I do want to talk about. Maybe if Martinez pulls out this win, that might set up for the fight that everyone wants to see in the 160-pound division. That would be Martinez and Golovkin, but tough challenge in Cotto. They had the presser this week. And there was a exchange of words. Now it was in Spanish, of course, but
right.
Some bad blood over there. Argentina versus Puerto Rico. Who do you got on this one? It's going to be a great matchup. June 7th.
Initially, I was going to go with Cotto, but after really thinking about it, Cotto got to move up in weight. That could be a little hard for him. Being that he hasn't had his good stretches of fights. He's coming off a shaky stretch. Lately he won his last one. Right. Sergio is feisty guy.
He's good,
real feisty. So
couple injuries though. He knee and his elbow. He's getting up there in age. They say that the age will catch up to you in the ring, and it certainly has a little bit. But I still like him. I still like him.
I think his age is a little different, only because he started so late. It's not like he's been boxing like.
Yeah, it's true. He did start.
So he started so late. Yeah. So the age is always a factor, but maybe not as much as a factor for him as with others.
And I like Martinez in this fight. He creates awkward angles. Leaves his hands low. It's hard to see the punches coming with him. Awkward southpaw style. So
very unorthodox fight.
Yeah, so it's going to be a great fight. And next week, that's pretty much going to do it for us right now for this first edition of the Fight Corner with Jermaine Perry and Evan Smith. Next week, we're going to preview Sergey Kovalov fighting Cedric Adnou. That's in Atlantic City on March 29th. It's going to be a good fight. Kovalov has been pretty dominant, and so has Adonis Stevenson, who we all want to see. Signed with Golden Boy, so it might put a hiccup in the fight, but you never know. So for this week, that's going to do it. That's Jermaine Perry. I'm Evan Smith. Thanks for joining us.